Hey guys, AuspiciousAussie here, and welcome to episode 65 of the Local to Global here with the Canadian Wrestling Coalition. Now, going to be an interesting episode. Obviously, we've got the Go Home show and Pure Disrespect as well, which I think is usually one of our better shows. So I'm looking forward to it for this year. Obviously, it's a bit of a weird main event. It's going to be champion versus champion, both titles on the line. So Giant Brody, the current Canadian champion, taking on the unified world champion in Logan Wolfsbane. So that'll be interesting. Obviously, the outcome of the match, one of them will become a dual champion, which I think is an interesting way to go about things. But the rest of the, I guess, excitement of the episode is going to come with our popularity gains. Now, I'm expecting us, it kind of goes without saying, that we're probably going to gain a point of popularity here in the US. And as you can see, all these regions that are currently on 64, they will hopefully, like I said, it's almost a guarantee, but I don't want to guarantee it. They'll go up to 65, and then we'll have the required popularity to get onto the ACE. Where are we? If we jump over to... Actually, it should be there, shouldn't it? Is it ACE or is it something else? I can't remember what I decided on. I think it was ACE. Hold on. So it was USA. Was it ACE? Yeah, so we can get onto ACE. But should I do that? Is that the question? Because we had a lot of problems last episode with the Canadian broadcasters. Because basically, none of them wanted to negotiate with us. And it kind of looks like we need to be big size to sort of get on the pay-per-view provider. I was about to say that's a little bit strange, but it's actually not. Yeah, because I wanted to go on CBN. I essentially wanted to go on any of them that would have taken us, but I was GNN. That's the one I'm looking for. GNN, Total Sports. Okay, so that's the one I'm looking forward to. I think both ACE and GNN have the same like popularity level requirement. But this is the one we want. So it's very big coverage US, big coverage in Canada, and then we have small in Mexico. For some reason I completely forgot which one it was, but yeah, GNN is the one we want to go on. It's kind of not the ideal one, but at the same time, it's going to give us very big in the US and big in Canada, which I think, at least at this stage in the game where we're at, you know, we're almost up to big size. It's kind of looking like one of the better options. And of course, we've always got our own broadcaster, which I think I did upgrade last episode as well. As you can see, we now have small across every region at a sort of minimum level. So British Isles, Japan, Europe, Oceania, and India there as well. And I think we'll pretty soon be looking towards Oceania, hopefully getting up to a decent level so we can get pay-per-view down under. And then, yeah, basically, we've just got to get Mexico as well onto pay-per-view. Not exactly too sure which way I wanted to go about that, because we kind of talked a lot about that as well in one of the previous episodes. And of course, we could go with, was it TV Max? No. Which one was it? Demand TV? Yeah, it was Demand TV. Now, we could actually go on them once we get up to 30 popularity. So we're actually not that far off, and that's a big pay-per-view provider. At the moment, we can actually go on to... where are they? We can go to Celestia in Mexico. I'm just kind of wondering if it would just be smarter to just wait, because we don't... I don't know. We don't necessarily need to go on them, to be honest. As you can see, like, we literally could go onto them straight away. I'm wondering, maybe we just do it. How long do these deals have? So that's got 2 months, 1 week, and that's got 3 months exactly. If I set up that deal for 3 months, then we could come back and sort of work out exactly what we want to do. I'm wondering if 3 months might be enough to actually get us that popularity in Mexico. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. We may as well. So it's bang it down to 3 months. We just need. Oh, we'll just go for the best slot that they'll actually give us. So they'll give us late night. They won't give us evening or early evening either. They'll give us afternoon. So it's kind of looking like late night is the only option. We will actually be going head-to-head with Oli Vivo, which I assume is maybe their B show or something like that. I don't know. Either way, doesn't matter too much. I guess we've got to just try and find the best revenue split, and it's looking like it's only going to be 30%. Yeah, as you can see, we wouldn't pay anything in the deal. They don't obviously pay anything. And again, we can show the pay-per-view on our own network as well as a result. I don't know. I guess we just take it. So it's literally only 3 months. So at the worst, it's going to be on there on pay-per-view for 3 months in Mexico, and then we'll actually see what we can do. Because there is another one. Where are we? Yeah, North America Prime Select is kind of the big one that I want. Hence also the big size requirement. So that's the one you want because it's got huge in US, Canada, and Mexico. And it was also the one that I had on my TCW live stream series I had going on as well. Anyway, let's start advancing. Don't want to make this episode too long. The last 2 episodes have been much, much longer. Actually, I need to stop. Completely forgot about something. I remember it from the last episode. That's Alina America. We needed to. I specifically remember telling myself that I needed to sign her, so we almost missed it. Hopefully we didn't. I don't think we did. So we'll also take a look at Drake Younger. I think that was as well. All right, Alina. Let's put an offer in. Okay, let's go 5 years because she is 35. She wants 16,000 per month. I'm assuming, yeah, they're gonna go 20% per event as well. All right, she wants 16,700, which is perfectly fine. What else? All right, obviously higher merchandise because she does have relatively good popularity in the 50s, as you can see. All right, let's just try a cheeky 10% first. Okay, it looks like we got it. Just with the 10% there. At least on the first negotiation. Alright, let's see what else we had here. We had Drake Young, who is a color commentator. But he's pretty bad. He is, however, very, very, very good on the microphone. 89 microphone ability. Is he a wrestler as well? Oh, he is too. I didn't realize that he was a wrestler. He's not very good. But I was kind of looking at him purely for the fact that he almost looks like the perfect backstage interviewer. And he's got massive popularity as well. You know what? I don't really need a backstage interviewer for that type of money. So you know what? We'll leave it be. We'll leave it be. TWA can keep him. I'm hoping that they're actually not using him for their actual commentary, because he is quite bad at, like, what was he, 68 or something? Yeah, not great. Anyway, I think I have the main event in my head. Actually, I have 2 matches for the Go Home show in my head, ready to be booked. I think the main event should do pretty well. All right, here we go. CWA up to 18,000. Let's just go 19,000 off the rip. And then we'll just jump up to 20% as well. And there we go. Once again, top offer. Alright, so we're just under 20k, but I'm assuming they'll probably come back in one more time. At least. I would assume they'll come back in. Kind of looks like a Hugo del Sol. Fuego. Probably say his name properly. Did I not advance one day? I'm pretty sure I advanced just one day. Really? Gave her a 4-year contract as well. Did I or did I not just advance one day? I'm pretty sure I did. Maybe I'm wrong. But it's almost as if like they gave her a new contract and she literally accepted it on the spot. Not gonna lie, that's pretty frustrating. Anyway, I guess there's nothing we can really do about that, so we shall move on. Oh, that kind of sucks. I was looking forward to Alina. She's obviously not the best worker in the world, but she's definitely got the star quality and charisma, and I would say entertainment stats to really get herself over to a pretty high level. So that one's kind of unfortunate, but you know what? It's not make or break. We already took away Amber Allen, so can't be too greedy, I guess. Even though she would have been a really good opponent for Amber fighting over the women's title. Then again, we've also got Erin Gray, we've got Deborah as well. I mean, we've got we've got a division, and we've also got like some backup down in developmental. I'll probably take a look at the developmental after we book the go home show here, because I know a few people wanted to actually sort of see what's going on, see who the champions are, that type of stuff. Anyway, Squeaky McLean, another collar commentator, who is also pretty bad. Okay, only got 59 color in his case, so there we go. Ooh, CWA going in for Tavon Blake Jr. Oh yeah, we absolutely hate that star quality. But he would be the perfect fit for the crew. I did actually want him back when he was with DSW. A little bit frustrating, this one. You know what? I'm gonna go in. I mean, even if we don't get him, purely for the fact that CWA are going in for him as well. Just to kind of screw them over. So 24,100. And yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, at the very least, he'll come in and be a really good member of that stable without actually, becoming anything special. Alright, go home show. Who is missing? Just, yeah, the people that haven't begun their contracts. Also, very curious to see if Amber Allen will actually drop the CWA women's title, because she only has 11 days left, and yeah, we can do some pretty cool stuff with that as well, if she doesn't kind of drop the title. All right, so the main event, following on with, I guess, what it's kind of our biggest stable storyline we have going on at the moment. We're going to do Aussie Darkstein taking on Jackpot Jordan in the main event. I'm thinking I want to script this as well. Let me have a look at their psychology real quick. So 82 there for Aussie. And 84. You know what? 84 might be enough. Call it. Without, potentially getting a penalty. So I'll actually call this one. I'll call it. I think from now on I want to try and script Logan's main event, pay-per-view matches. And I guess the TV shows as well. Depending on who he versus. If they have, 84 and above psychology. It kind of seems like... I think it might be 85, but we'll try 84. So, yeah, if he versus someone with 84 psychology, I'm kind of fine. I just noticed that I didn't set a winner then. And our winner is going to be Jackpot. Hopefully. There we go. Part of me wants to keep Aussie strong, but not really at the expense of lowering the match quality. And I don't really need him to be that popular. As long as he has about 80 popularity in Ontario, I think that's fine. And our next match, we're going to do a next-gen team of David Stone and... Where is he? Angry Gilmore. Don't know why I couldn't find him then. But they're going to have one more rematch. But they are going to take on... Honestly, at this point, it doesn't really matter too much who they take on. Maybe the Crew. The Crew haven't really been used recently, so chuck them into a match. And I think we'll give Gilmore the victory, just to kind of get his momentum back a little bit as well. Because he has essentially suffered 2 defeats back-to-back against David Stone. I also have one more tag team match as well. So for this one, actually, you know what? We're going to do something different. I just changed my mind. I'm going to do a handicap match. 1v2. It's going to be Logan Wolfsbane taking on Giant Brody and Graham Gorman. I can just go for 12 minutes. Doesn't have to be anything too serious. But we're going to get Logan winning, and then Graham is going to lose. Very interesting. I can call this one because it's only going to be a 12-minute match. Should be a good one in theory, though. It's essentially booked as a tag team match on the show, but we'll book an angle before it where Logan's partner, whoever it actually is, haven't actually decided who it is. Maybe Matt Hocking, and he's going to be taken out by Giant Brody. I think that's pretty fitting. All right, what else have we got? We got this storyline. So let's do something here. Let's have Davis and Hernandez team up as well. So lots of tag team action going into the pay-per-view, but you have to say there's some pretty exciting tag teams, especially this combination. It's very cool to see. And they're going to take on the Rock City Stars. Let's give Hernandez the victory because he did lose in the last episode against Maddie Faith. And I think we can call this one as well. There we go. All right, there's 4 matches and 3 of them are tag team matches. What else do we have? We've still got... We don't really have a storyline for that at the moment. We're going to have the number 1 contenders match at the pay-per-view between these 4 guys. We don't have a women's match. I also didn't change the time. I know I was kind of discussing that in the last episode. But I think we'll do that for next month and start fresh. And in doing so, probably means these episodes are going to be more on the longer format. Even longer than, sort of the hour and a half that I would like to do them. They're probably going to be closer to maybe that 2-hour mark. Although I could possibly... I could do more frequent episodes, but maybe only do 2 TV shows at a time. So we do week 1 TV, week 2 TV as 1 episode, and then do week 3 TV, week 4 TV as an episode, and then do the pay-per-views as the third episode and kind of separate to everything. And then in that episode, we could always do the like a bit of a post-month review where we go over people's popularity, like I kind of do at the end of these episodes in our current format. I think that might be the play, because that'll allow me to record more for you guys. The videos will be slightly shorter, between maybe probably around an hour 10 minutes, hopefully. And I know I say hopefully, but it's realistically probably going to be an hour and a half. You know, with me rambling, me signing and doing random things and going off track a lot. Anyway, as I'm doing right now. Let me know what you guys think, because I think that could be a pretty decent little format we change to. Just like I said, more consistent episodes. You know, less of a the 2-day gap between episodes. Sort of taking that away, and just implementing two TV shows, pay-per-view, plus like I said, a bit of an end of month review. Let me know what you think. Yes to the change format, or no, keep the same format. Let me know what you think in the comments. All right, so let's just book a women's match. Let's go a tag match on the show. Let's have the Assassins come out and beat. Ooh, we have Laura Flame. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Laura Flame and Deborah Young teaming up. Why is she annoyed? Oh, that's why. I forgot. Okay, never mind. Let's change that. Let's go for... I don't know why I just did that. We don't need teams. Let's go for... I mean, do I go Selena? And we give Laura Flame the victory? Let's do it. I don't know why, but we're going to do it anyway. I guess Ellie will lose, and we'll have Laura get the win on debut. It's going to help Selena out as well, and hopefully not hurt Erin Gray too much. Pretty sure we can call this match as well. I don't know why I scripted that. A little bit strange, because Laura Flame is very, very good, as you can see here. She's also an absolute beast on the microphone, so let's give her an angle. Nice to give them both an angle together, but I don't think we'll have enough time. What was I doing? Was there something I was doing in here? I feel like there was, but I guess I changed my mind. Anyway, we have 4 tag team matches and 1 singles match, which is the main event. It's not terrible. I'm not against tag team matches, especially going into the go home. It's kind of storyline blending, if you will. But would it be nice to have another singles match? Anyway, maybe I can fit a squash match in there as well. But let's go angles. So we want to have Laura Flame on debut. We'll give her a proper angle. I want to see what she's made of. I really want to see what she's made of. Then up next, I mean, we have to do it. We have to just go Davis and Mainstream together. I guess they can both cut their angle onto Maddie Faith. I know they're versing members of Faith No More, but I think that's just it's just a good way to we not put them in a storyline? Oh yeah, we did. Maybe I'm going blind. I don't know. Anyway, there we go. We'll see what Mainstream and Davis can do. Then we need to do the angle with... Who's going to be his tag team partner? I know I said Matt Hocking, but... do I really want to do Matt Hocking? Actually, let's go High Flying Hawaiian, and he can actually be taken out by both... Yeah, let's do this instead. So, where is he? Robin DeLay and Giant Brody will both take him out. So, let's do selling there. Let's do fighting. I'll go entertainment for Brody, just because it will actually help out the angle. We can give it 8 minutes, because obviously Brody's going to beat him down. But I guess, seeing as it's on camera, he's also going to speak into the microphone and say, you know, you've got no tag team partner tonight, Logan. What are you going to do about it? That's a good way of doing it. Alright. I like that. It's kind of cool. And high flying, it also kind of makes sense because he is kind of a face. And at the moment, Giant Brody's kind of playing the heel in this scenario against Logan. Kind of got too cocky for his own good after winning the Canadian title. And of course, immediately challenging the Unified World Champion, who is obviously levels above him. Up next, let's just go for David. I mean, it's just got to be a simple one because I just want to continue to raise the heat for this storyline as well. So just a simple tag team angle there for the next gen members. And I guess it can be... I'll explain it in a little bit more detail as well. And then finally, to end the show, let's have Aldous, Aussie, and Mutant all together, because they will be one part of our stable storyline going forward, or at least into the pay-per-view. Forces of Darkness conjuring up their plan to take out Wall Street Enterprises. Okay. Obviously, we need to do a storytelling match. Don't know which one to do, though. Maybe this one. Not really too fussed about that. So there we go. Pre-show stuff. What are we going to do on the pre-show? How many women do we have left? We have... Well, actually, we don't have a lot. Let's borrow up 2 women just for this show. Who haven't we brought up? I need to try and remember. We also need to use Sean Grunge. Really like the look of this guy. If you didn't watch the last episode, he actually came through the dojo. So that's pretty awesome to see. All right, let's borrow Joella and let's borrow Penny. Yeah, we'll borrow Penny. All right. Do I maybe want to borrow some more people? Let's borrow Sean Grunge. He can come up for an appearance. Maybe put him against Mobstar just to see what he's made of. A real proper test, you know. So what was his name? Sean Grunge. He's already got cool momentum, so I don't... He's also... Oh, he's got an awful biker gimmick as well. Unfortunate, but hopefully we can change that once he does come up to the main roster. Probably got a lot of work to do, actually. Why am I calling? Oh, no idea why I'm calling this match. If we have a look at him, probably have shown you in a bit more detail. He looks pretty good. He's nothing sort of amazing, but he is 6'6", so he's a big powerhouse. 97 menace, which is pretty cool. You know, that's decently up there. It's close to the 100. And he's got good enough star quality to at least be a mid-card talent in the future. And yeah, a little bit of technical, a little bit of brawling. 22 Canadian. Sean Grunge, got the long hair and the beard. And he's, you know, nearly 300 pounds as well. So I like the look of him. And then we'll do the women's match as well. Let's have Air Raid Siren and Amy teaming up against Joella and Penny. Should be a nice little women's pre-show. And I think for this one, let's give it to Amy, because I think Amy's taken quite a few pinfalls recently. There's that one, and I guess we'll maybe just go a 6-man tag as well. Pretty much for whoever's left, and I definitely want to use Spencer. Who else? Let's go Spencer. Spencer, Hawking, and Perez can take on Gary Walker, Maddie Faith, and Aldous. I may as well just throw Aldous in there, to be honest. I know he's in an angle. Actually, you know what? We don't need him in there. There's no point. I'll put Mutant in there. Let's put Mutant in there. Get Mutant a little bit of momentum as well. because this team's obviously going to pick up the win. I'll actually give it to Mutant, and we'll make the loser Perez. And yeah, we'll have to script that one as well because of Perez, but there we go. All right, that looks pretty good. Let's run the show. Let's double check, and I did all the angles that I wanted to do. We kind of do have time for another match on the show. I mean, I could maybe just put this on the main show, to be fair. We need to cut 2 minutes. That's already 10 minutes, isn't it? I'll just make this 6 minutes. I don't really care about it too much. I want to give Laura Flame 8 minutes just to really see what she's made of. And I guess for this one, we can actually just work the crowd as well. There we go, perfect. Let's run it now, full time. And then we also got the extra match on the card. Alrighty, so we started with an 80 rated pre-show match where we have Gary Walker, Maddie Faith, and Mutant defeating Spencer Edmund, Matt Hocking, and Shooting Star Perez in 11:34 when Mutant pinned Shooting Star Perez with the Tina Turner. Of course, Maddie Faith head and shoulders above everybody else in the match, getting a pretty solid 85. Got a 71 there from Mutant and a 70 from Gary Walker. And then the women's pre-show tag getting us a 46 where we have Air Raid Siren and Amy St. James defeating Joella Leon and Penny Dreadful in 12:012 and Amy St. James submitted Penny with a Scorpion Deathlock. A nice finisher. Alright. That's unfortunate. We start the show off with a 54 rated match, probably Mobstar's lowest match in a very, very long time. And it's just unfortunate because, as you can see, they have negative chemistry. So, yeah, I mean, it's kind of bound to do pretty badly with that. And then, of course, with Sean Grudge's, not only his ability, but also his popularity. He literally would have low pop, like 1 or 2, if that. But we do indeed have Mobstar defeating Sean Grunge in 9:17 by pinfall with a flattener DDT. And as you can see, they don't seem to click and are made for an awkward bout. Alright, we then move into a 63 rated angle from Laura Flame on debut. It's not too bad. Basically comes in, gets on the mic before her, in-ring debut, and basically says that she wants to run the Coalition Women's Division. She's been brought in as a top competitor and a future champion, and she cannot wait to be in that, title contention once the title is unveiled. Alright, Laura Flame debuting her martial arts master gimmick and getting an initial rating of very good, so positive, great signs. She also gets a small boost to her star quality during matches and angles as well. So, again, that's a pretty decent positive. Good pro. Yeah, the only real penalty there is being used in lengthy matches. But we're unlikely to really be using the women in lengthy matches anyway. I'm only going to stick between 10 and 12 minutes, I think, for the most part. All right, we then go into women's tag team action, getting a 67, so it's still in that, 60 to 70 range, which I think is really good, considering how young the division actually is. We do have Laura Flame and Selena Svelte defeating the Assassins in 11:53 when Laura Flame pinned Ellie DeGrazia with a flame fire kick. And of course, we have the excellent chemistry of the Assassins. Definitely my favorite tag team we have at the moment. Alrighty, we then go into Davis Wayne Newton. We have the GOAT with Mr. Mainstream himself. That's a pretty cool name, Mr. Mainstream. Getting an 82 together, which isn't actually that bad because obviously Davis, we know he can do well with angles, but Hernandez, he has struggled every now and then to pull off the 80 pluses. So yeah, happy with that. And of course, they're both cutting angles onto that dastardly Maddie Faith, who they are going to get their hands on in it's kind of like a bit of a stable storyline. It's kind of the GOATs versus Faith No More. Obviously the Golden Goats, and then throwing in Hernandez as well. They're in tag team action up next, and it gets us an 85, which is, I guess, a little unexpected. I didn't think it would be this good to get an 85, but we do have the GOAT himself, Davis Wayne Newton, and Mainstream Hernandez defeating the Rock City Stars in 11:55 when Mainstream Hernandez pins Stan Manor with a super kick. Gotta love that super kick finisher. And obviously, the GOAT carried the match with a pretty solid 90 in ring. Everybody else got 64 for Hernandez, and then both members of the Rock City Stars getting 63. But yeah, unexpected. I thought it would be, a little bit lower than that. Maybe a 78. So I'm pleasantly surprised. All right, we then go into the... Oh, okay, interesting. We go into a 71 rated angle here for the, I guess, the attacking of High Flying Hawaiian. And of course, we have Robin DeLay, who he is at the moment feuding with. He takes him out along with the help of Giant Brody, who is, kind of feuding against Logan, who he was actually teaming up with in the next match. So he's unable to compete. And of course, as you know, it is going to be a handicap match. But it says here there needed to be a little more star power in the segment in order to successfully have Robin DeLay fighting for, 6 minutes? So I guess Giant Brody didn't have enough star power about him. Interesting. I didn't realize that was a thing. So good to know. We then go into the handicap match itself. Gets us an 82, so it's not too bad. Actually, you know what? I kind of thought that might do a little bit better. Obvious reasons, as you can see, a 99 right in our faces right there. But we do have Logan Wolfsbane defeating Kilogram, so he beat both Brody and Graham Gorman in a handicap match in 11:45 when Logan Wolfsbane and Graham Gorman with a belly-to-belly suplex. Obviously, Logan carrying the match with a 99 in-ring. Insane. Okay, so I was actually capped. So I guess that 82 must be the height. Oh, that can't be right. That can't be right because we've done like 90 plus rated matches, I'm pretty sure, for 12 minutes. I'm pretty sure, wasn't there a Mobstar versus someone maybe like 5 or 6 episodes ago, and he got like a 90 something. It was also limited for having so many competitors. What on earth does that mean? Why is a match being penalized for having so many competitors? That doesn't even make sense. I guess it's because it's a handicap match, but why would that make a difference? Anyway, we'll ignore those because they're just ridiculous, and we'll take the 82 and move on. Alrighty, we go into a 96 rated angle up next here. Of course, we have Next Gen. Got David Stone with his quote-unquote mentor, the deputy to Next Gen, Angry Gilmore. And of course, we've still got Gilmore passing the torch, but he does ask Stone for one more match. Basically, he says, if I can't win this next match, David, at the pay-per-view, I'm going to have to retire. I've been in this scenario before where I've lost, match after match to younger, talented workers. And he basically says, if I can't get it done against you and somehow find a way to pull off a victory, then, it's probably time I call it quits on my in-ring career. He still says he's going to, be his mentor, be the deputy, all this type of stuff. But he, specifically says the in-ring career will come to an end if I cannot defeat you. David accepts the match kind of a little bit hesitantly. He doesn't want Gilmore to kind of, put the boots up yet or hang his boots up yet. He wants him to stick around because he does feel like with such a young stable, he needs that, that veteran leader, by his side. Anyway, we've got Angry Gilmore once again inventing a new catchphrase that is likely to boost his ability on the microphone. So his stats are going even higher, at least on the microphone anyway, so that's pretty good. And as you can see, Lee Bambino at the announcing desk was pretty weak. Aren't we sick and tired of seeing that? I should have got rid of him, but honestly, it's either I get rid of him and we get penalized for every single match and segment we have, which would suck real bad, or we keep him around until we get the experience a little bit higher in the next 2 months, hopefully. And then we once that goes up one more level, the announcing experience, we'll actually be able to take him out completely, and we won't get the low experience penalty. So I'm going to keep him in for now. Like I said, we've only got Logan versus Giant Brody in the main event, so there's nothing really preventing us. But I really hope for my sake and for your guys' sake that at Final Chapter, which is of course our season finale, if you will, at the end of the year, hope we have that experience, because I would really like for him not to be in the announcing booth. Anyway, we move on to their tag team match. Actually, it does alright, especially as the storytelling match on the card. Got David Stone and Angry Gilmore defeating the Crew in 10-18 when Angry Gilmore pinned Public Enemy with an anger management. And then, yeah, David Stone head and shoulders above everybody else. And Public Enemy the weak link, as we would also expect. So yeah, pretty solid 76 there from David. I'm happy with that. And it's actually a really good match considering the in-rings. So we'll take it. Alright, we then go into the pre-main event angle, getting us a 96 here. Of course, we have Forces of Darkness, Aldous, Mutant, both trying to psych up Aussie going into this main event. And, yeah. Well, I guess Darkstein and Mutant both improvised well, but Aldous was apparently a good performance by him, even though he didn't get a positive reaction from no script, but yeah, 96, good enough. Gaining heat for the storyline as well, which is a positive. And hopefully this is going to be a good main event. Here we go. Okay, I love that. I absolutely love that rating. That is perfection. Right there. I don't think I could have gotten a better rating from this match. We get a 94 rated main event here for the Go Home show. We have Jackpot Jordan pulling off a massive upset, defeating Aussie Darkstein in 1957 by pinfall with a cash in. What a match. No outside involvement. Mono e mono. Man versus man. The better man, I guess, won in this exceptional match. And to get a 94, that's solid, man. That's really good. That's our fourth bet. Wait, would it be fourth? Either fourth or fifth. I don't know for a fact. Kind of losing track of the non-98 rated matches we've had. But that's got to be up there, top 5 at least. And I'm very happy with that. We also didn't keep, Aussie strong. And that match rating is exactly the reason why I didn't do that. I know he's going to lose pop, but that 94, it's worth it. It's worth seeing a 94 for losing a little bit of pop. Alrighty, we finished the show. We get a 91 for the Go Home show, so it's a pretty good way of starting off the episode. Gaining popularity in 55 regions there as well. So, unfortunately, once again, Ontario missing out. But you know what? It's bound to happen. We have 87 popularity in Ontario right now, which is just insane. It is just insane. I can't believe that we're at that level. Absolutely ridiculous. And yeah, I'm really happy about that main event. I kind of feel like that main event is going to beat, our pay-per-view main event. Probably. Anyway, Graham Gorman thinks Shooting Star Perez isn't tough enough for the business. Why do we have a pay-per-view buy rate? What did I do wrong? I did something wrong. Anyway, we got Viewing figures here, we've got a 4.07 TV rating there, which is massive. Very happy with that. We also needed to do this contract negotiation. I mean, the thing is, do I really want him? I don't really want him that bad. I mean, he's very good. It's just the star quality, man. I don't like it. He's never going to become a main eventer. You know, is it even worth pushing it? I don't think we need him. I'm not going to go for him. We've already driven up the price a little bit. So we'll, we could probably go in for one more negotiation. You know what? We'll do it. We'll do it. Let's go 30,000. I know. This is basically talking myself out of it. But let's go high as we can. Well, not as high as we can, but at least get the winning offer. So then CWA will potentially go back in. There we go. I mean, if we have to sign him, we'll just sign him, I guess. All right, but why did we get a pay-per-view buy? That's I knew I did something wrong. We got a pay-per-view carrier now showing our TV show in Mexico. Why don't I read things before I do them? Anyway. Yeah, I did. That's what I did. I did a new deal for Coalition Wrestling and not a new deal for events. All right, there we go. Now we have it for events. Can I cancel it? Whoa! 1.5 million to cancel a 3-month contract. Never mind, we shall leave that. That's gonna screw me over big time. I just realized. I've just realized what it's gonna do. That is gonna prevent me from getting on to GNN. You know what? My mistake. I'm gonna handle it like a man. We're gonna cancel it. Oh, that's tough though. Anyway, there we go. I made a mistake. Have to own up to it. Have to live with the repercussions. It's only 1.5 million. Like we literally make more than that in profit in a month anyway. So basically that's basically what our tax is. So that's a tax write-off, that mistake. Let's leave it at that, shall we? Oh, okay. Size. Can we actually go onto it? We can. So we can actually sign a contract now with GNN, even though it's not gonna. It doesn't matter until next episode. All right. What do we need to do? We need. No way. Oh, that is frustrating. That is frustrating beyond belief. Mistake after mistake after mistake. A company's product is wrong given the broadcaster's style because they are total or pure sports. Apparently, we are not pure sports, I guess. Whatever that means, we're still wrestling, aren't we? But I guess in order to change that, we would literally have to change our product. I mean, can you even change it? I don't think you can. And you can do it here, but oh man, I'm so frustrated to spend 1.5 million for a mistake that I didn't even need to make. That I didn't even need to correct. I guess it'd be like wrestling as a sport, probably. Oh man, that. Oh, that makes me want to just hit the keyboard Anyway, let's not worry about it too much. I won't let it bring me down. So let's just see what else we can do, I guess. Alrighty, I guess we might even just wait until we go big size. So this is Mexico. Seeing as we're not on anything in Mexico right now, we can go with something else. I can't believe that, man. Oh, it's brutal. That is brutal. But you know what? My own silly mistake. I mean, I guess this is the only one we can actually go with. TV Max. I mean, we could eventually just... Oh, never mind. I was going to say get on USA Sports, but you have to be in America for that. It's literally looking like TV Max or Can, but to get on Can, we need to be big. I mean, even then, they might not want us. Mexico's tough. Like, a lot of these other ones have already gotten on to... I find that very interesting that they're already, you know, CZCW, QAW, even IPW, they're all on TV Max. How have they conjured up the popularity to get onto here? Anyway, there we go. Apparently they don't want us in prime time, so they want us on late night, or that's, yeah, basically it. Alright, late night it is. And it looks like we can get at least 50%. It says TV Max are not asking for any exclusive rights to the footage. I want to go test something. Hold on. Let's go back to the US, because we can already get onto a broadcaster there. We can get onto Ace, which we already talked about, as long as they'll actually have us. And they won't. Okay. Problem after problem this episode with these broadcasters, man. Obviously, some of them are my own, but these ones... Because they're already with TCW. They're unwilling to negotiate, as you can see, maximum companies reached. I guess because maybe it's because there's 2 TV shows. The maximum is 2, potentially. Oh man, that was it. That was pretty much it, because all the other broadcasters, you need to have like 65 or above in 10 regions. And obviously there's only 9 regions, plus Puerto Rico, plus Hawaii, which are at about 30 popularity. We can't even get onto Arcadia. That's how bad it is. Well, I'm glad I looked at this, because we've learnt a pretty big lesson from it, if you will. We can get onto National Pride TV. Oh man, this is just dreadful. Really is. Poor Ondam, man. I left Ondam in the dust, and now all I want to do is just go back to it. Which means we really didn't need to upgrade our own broadcaster. Wow. Okay. Well, I mean, what do we do? What do we do? I can't believe that. That's frustrating. I guess maybe try and get on La Red de la Lucha. I mean, in saying that, it's probably just smarter to just stay with Ondam. Ugh. Hold on, let me have a look at one thing. See, it says they're not asking for any exclusive rights to the footage. Does that mean I could show it on more than one Mexico broadcaster? Because would Ondem do that as well? All right, so this is what I'm gonna do. We're gonna go 6 months with Ondem. Obviously, as much as possible to our company, because that makes the most sense. All right, so 60% to us, but as you can see, they're not asking for any exclusive rights. I'm not sure if that just means on our broadcaster, but usually it says something different there. Anyway, we're gonna go back with Ondem. Just for 6 months, because we're likely to go up to big size within 6 months, and then we can do some other different stuff that I didn't really want to do in the first place, but we can go with ComPlanet here once we get up to big. And as you can see, they're pretty much big across the entire world. Well, they're large. I take that back. Another mistake I've made. All right, well, they're large, so ignore that. But what we can do, I think, is go with Netstream. Potentially, once we are... Actually, they're only medium. We only need 68 popularity, so... Taking that 6-month deal might have just been a massive mistake. How much would this one cost? Oh, 4.35 million, 375 million. Okay. Looks like we're stuck for the next 6 months. Anyway, let's not worry about it too much. Let's just get into the pay-per-view, but I wanted to try as well to jump onto this these Mexican ones, because if we can go with them as well, I mean, I guess we can. That's pretty cool. I kind of like that a lot. So 45% to us. Otherwise, we'd have to pay 12,500. Sounds pretty good to me. Don't want to do 1 year. Go 6 months as well, because we're stuck for 6 months. And then I guess let's go with the other broadcaster as well. Where are they? TV Max. I mean, we may as well. Is it just more money? I don't really understand. Is it going to bring more viewers to us because we're with more stations? Or does it just go off coverage? I have no idea. Honestly, I have no idea. So we'll just do this anyway. All right, 50 it is. Okay. Well, there's another one. There is another one. We'll go with it. We'll go with it. I wonder if Netstream would... Netstream is a... These are all like internet stuff. They're all internet broadcasters. So I'm wondering if maybe Netstream as well, once we get to the size, we could probably just go on them straight away as well. I don't know. I have no idea. Anyway, we're playing it by ear, kind of seeing what happens. I wonder if there's any in Canada that we could also jump on. Not that it really matters, but I mean, there's these guys, but they're they're commercial internet as well. But they have the maximum amount of companies, so screw us, I guess. I really should have tried to get on these stations earlier. Oh, so how does that work? So they've got their events with this one, and then they've got their TV show, or B show maybe? I don't even know, on ICTV. And then TCW literally screwing us over with Ace and with Maple Leaf Sports as well. Although it is all sports broadcasting, but I mean, does TCW have that same product? I don't know. That's a weird one. You know, I should really try and maybe get onto this right now. Let's at least see if they'll negotiate. They will. Maybe I should just set that deal up before I get screwed over again. Man, what an episode in regards to the broadcasting. Anyway, let's advance. It's going to go on forever otherwise. Take a sip of my water here as well and just ponder on what I've just done for the company. Not a very good CEO or owner, I guess. What a crazy turn of events. I mean, first of all, the mistake. The mistake is just that, an accident, if you will. Oh, but then just the broadcaster, GNN. Oh man, literally screwing us over. And Zoe Amos is retired. Oh, she would have been another pretty decent pickup for us. She isn't that old though. She's only 38. This is the thing about the women. They do retire relatively young. I'm kind of worried. Anyway, you got Jake Giederock. Giederock. But his name's Rogue. I mean, he still looks okay, apart from the 37 stamina. I mean, there's a pretty good reason why they're just going to let him go, let his contract run out. He's 47 years old, so there we go. Anyway, hot property, Papa Swole. Maybe we should give Swole a bit of a push. I wonder if we can actually maybe even ask him to go up in size. Should I do it? You know what? Let's do it. Okay, so we got 1 in 3 months to see if he goes up in size. I mean, the thinking with him is he's at 81, so he's either going to go up to a decent level or he's just going to sort of go down to about the same level. Potentially, if he goes up, if he hits 90, we could have our new figurehead because he's not, an amazing babyface, but he's better as a babyface. He's also easily marketable, ahead of their time, whatever that means. And as you can see, he's got loyal, so would be pretty cool. Anyway, let's get into it here. I want to also try and give Prince and Price a match as well to try and improve his morale there. Anyway, got to make sure we go on all the broadcasters, especially the Celestio in Mexico, because that would be pretty annoying if I decided not to put it on that one, seeing as I just paid 1.5 million to get it out of a TV contract as well. Hocking split up with Laura Catherine Huggins. They split up, really? I mean, should we just try and make things worse? She's still managing him as well. Oh, okay. So my meddling had no effect, as their relationship can only get better through natural progression. The more you know. There you go. Alrighty, Toronto, 66,500 fans. We'll take it. Anyway, I'm going to go black screen for a second here, and we'll get the main event booked. Not exactly too necessary for me to do this on this episode. I'm sure you guys can probably predict exactly who's going to win this match. Not exactly a, shall we say, close one. It's not a close one at all. And of course, it is for both belts. However, there's going to be some interesting stuff coming next episode about what's going on. I'm going to script it as well. I think that's pretty important. All right, I think that's good. Let's bring you guys back. There we go. All right, what else have we got? Let's do our sort of stable storylines first. So let's go Rock City Stars, along with, where is he? Maddie Faith, taking on Davis. Actually, we'll go the Golden Goats first, and then chuck in Mr. Mainstream himself. How long? You know what? We'll just go 12. We'll just go 12. And for this one, this is kind of a weird one, but I think I will go Mainstream Hernandez. Rock and Ryan Turner can lose. We'll keep Matty Faith strong, because I definitely don't want him losing any type of popularity. Because he's going to be used in a big way towards the end of the year, along with a few others. This one we can also call as well. So there we go. I mean, realistically, this could nearly be our storytelling match, but I think we'll just make that. Let's just do a random Princeton Price match. Not sure who we can verse. Maybe Hocking. Hocking versus Princeton Price, easy as you like. Just to give Princeton. Oh, they have negative chemistry. Of course they do. Of course. We'll go Spencer in that case. I don't want Spencer to lose, but you know what? It gets him on the pay-per-view as well. So, there we go. And he will have his opportunity. So, what else are we doing here? Let's, we'll call it. We can call it in the ring. There we go. Storytelling. Alright, there we go. Next stable storyline match, or stable, I guess, warfare. It is. Let's just do it this way. Aldous, Aussie, and Mutant taking on the Moneymakers and John Greed, who we haven't really seen too much of recently. Where is he? Jay. This one will go for 20. And I think we'll give the... Do I go Mutant? I kind of want to build Mutant up as well. Maybe Aussie should have probably won this match, but you know what? We'll do it this way. Make Mutant look decisive and dominant out there. Pick up the victory for us. Alright, what else have we got? We had the tag team title storylines, which I didn't even cover in the Go Home show. But let's just do that real quick. It's just a rematch. It's nothing too special. LA Stars taking on the newly crowned champions following that TLC Fatal 4-Way match at the last pay-per-view. And then it's unfortunately just an easy retain. The champions are... We cannot call that. Champions are just not going to be beaten yet. It's their third title reign. They're kind of our best tag team in the division. Well, I guess you can't really consider the Golden Goats in the actual division. Same sort of thing with most of the Disciples of Darkness as well. Sort of iterations. Alright, what else? We have the Fatal 4-Way match. We've also got the High Flying match and the David Stone Angry Gilmore. So we'll do that one first. Angry Gilmore, David Stone. Remember, if Gilmore loses, he is going to retire. But you know what? We're not going to have him retire just yet either. He's still got a little bit more in the tank, and he's doing a good job of, still putting our guys over. So I really like him for that. He's given up 2 victories as well for David. And now David essentially has the same popularity as him, which is insane. He definitely didn't before. There we go. Gonna get a nice little decisive victory back. Cut a promo as well. We'll try and get his popularity back over 80. And that'd be pretty sweet. Let me chuck that one in between those. Alright, we've got the Fatal 4-Way match. I think we can start off with this one. So it is Gary, Graham, Jack Jackson, and Uterus Sono. And of course, the winner will get a title shot for the Canadian Championship. So, interesting stuff in regards to that. Obviously, who wins the main event is going to be the Canadian Champion. So, there we go. All right. I think we can script... actually, do I want to script this? You know what? I'll script it because it's not going to get a penalty. Because it's not going to be good enough to get a penalty. If that makes sense. And we'll give it 20, because it deserves 20, I think. And then finally, we have one more match. It is, oh yeah, that's right. High Flying Hawaiian taking on Robin DeLay. Should be another pretty good match. We'll give this one 16. I don't think it needs 20. Robin's not that great. Does he have the psychology? I think he does. He has 70. 60. He doesn't really have the psychology. Didn't realize, but yeah, he kind of doesn't. He's good. He's very, very good. Don't get me wrong. But lacking a little bit. Lacking a little bit in that department. We also don't have a lot of time. I'm going to lower this. I don't know. I've kind of bitched out on it a little bit. You know what? Let's go all out for this one. Because it is pretty, 4 pretty exciting competitors. There we go. Gives us a little bit more time for angles as well. So let me go a Logan angle onto Giant Brody. Basically telling him he's going to lose his title tonight. Which I think is pretty funny. Just to hopefully build up that storyline heat a little bit more going into the main event. Oops. There we go. Off screen, pre-main event. We'll then go with a Matty Faith angle, just by himself. Typical Matty fashion. That's good there. We don't need an angle for that. I did say that I wanted to do an Angry Gilmore angle, so we'll do that as well. Gonna give it to our boy Angry. I mean, where would we be? Without the GOAT and without Gilmore, where would we be? Where would the company be? I mean, they were literally the catalyst for us, pushing up as much as we did. As fast as we did as well. Because we went up from small to medium pretty quick. Pretty damn quick, really. Alright, that's that one. I think I definitely want to give High Flying an angle, so let me do that one first. And he's going to talk about respect. And a lack thereof from the much younger opponent. Continuing High Flying Hawaiians push to the top. We've essentially got one more angle left, so who do I want to give it to? Either I give it to Forces of Darkness, or I give it to Young and Wasted. As you can see, I didn't actually pick a winner for this match. And that is for a good reason. I essentially don't want to pick a winner. I'm assuming it'll either go to Graham or Gary Walker, but I'm kind of hoping just for a little bit of a randomness factor, and either Jack Jackson or Yuta Osono will win instead. I want to see what the game does. And who it sort of AI books as the winner. It'll be cool. And of course that person will essentially become a #1 contender. Alright. Let's go with Young and Wasted. You know what? Oh, do I want to? How long do we have? Hold on. Let me see. Maybe I can actually give 2 angles. Okay, perfect. Alright, Young and Wasted, they'll get a 6-minute angle, and then we'll give an 8-minute angle to the Forces of Darkness. That works out perfectly. There we go. Okay, I'm happy now. Satisfied. Because I really wanted to give an angle to Young and Wasted there as well. And then, of course, we need Aldous, we need Aussie, and we need the big boy Mutant in there as well. And that's a max pay-per-view time limit reached as well. I'm really hoping we're going to get a decent popularity increase from Mutant as a result. We're getting the double penalty. Sono's also slightly being overused, apparently. Actually, you know what? Slightly overused is fine. What am I talking about? So yeah, I guess for one of these matches, we'll just go for this one. This one can be road agented by Kavanaugh. This can be from Kavanaugh as well. Then this one can be Gilmore. Alright, that solves the problem. There we go. And that one needs to go there before their match, I guess. It's all very consistent with how the show's sort of playing out. Much not like a similar AEW show. If you've been watching the TEW Rates AEW series, AEW run a lot of little angles, man. A lot. Sometimes they have four angles between matches, which you don't really notice it watching the actual show itself. But boy, do you notice it when you book it. Anyway, the women aren't going to be on this show, so they're going to obviously feature heavily on the pre-show. So let's do a couple of tag team. Actually, you know what? Let's do a singles match. I want to do a singles. Let's do Air Raid Siren versus Selena. Actually gained a little bit of popularity, but she's got she go up a lot. She's up to 63. Laura Flame. Wasn't she at 59 or something like that? She was. She was at 57. She went from 57 up to 63. She gained 6 points with that win and the promo. Wow. Well done. I mean, that deserves a clap, man. Holy crap. Probably should have put her on the show. I almost feel a little bit bad for not doing it now. Anyway, she's on the pre-show. Other women are going to be on the pre-show. Let's actually give a win back to the Assassins, and they can verse. They can verse Selena, and they can verse Amy. I know we just gave it another win back to Amy, but it doesn't matter too much. And we'll give Ellie her win back for losing on TV. And there we go. Yeah, Selena advanced a little bit as well. Started off on 21. She also gained 6 points, so pretty decent. Pretty decent. Alright, the men, who have we got left? Let's just chuck them together at this point. Who have we got? Let's go tag teams. Let's go with the Crew and the Puerto Rican boys, and they can team up against the Northern Lights and Disciples of Darkness, I guess. There we go. Although we have to call this match now, which I don't exactly like doing. Seeing as Papa Swole is potentially going to be a big star, we're going to push him. So he's going to get the win in this pre-show match. Go with Quincy and Kavanaugh. Yes, thank you. We know who's going to struggle. That can go there. Then we'll go another one. Let's go a 5-on-5 for this one. And let's just chuck in whoever, to be honest. Let's go Cooper. Let's go Hawking. Let's go Willie. Let's go Mobstar. I mean, Mobstar needs to be used. And Perez. Yeah, we'll go Perez. We'll go Perez. Why not? And they can take on Patriots, Red, White, and Blue. And who else is here? We'll go Jack Pride. And we'll go Marco Gonzalez or Cooper Christie. Actually, no, put Cooper there for Willie LaRue, and Willie can go on this team. Oh, never mind. Willie can stay on that team, and we'll go for Gonzalez on the team instead. I feel like that works pretty well. Maybe I should have gone Perez, but you know what? Perez, he took part in the last TV show, so there we go. That'll be Kavanaugh. And there's a lot of workers in this match. Let's go for Mobstar, I guess. He's the only one in the match that really deserves to win above everybody else. So there we go. Too much on the pre-show, I assume. Lower that down to 10. Lower the men's match down to 10. Actually, you know what? We can actually redo that one. That one will go on last for the pre-show. And what's our problem? Quincy. Okay. Well, in that case, let's make this one Dace, and then we should be fine, correct? Correct. Alright, save the game, and let's run the pay-per-view. Pure disrespect. And we kick things off with a 60-rated women's tag team match. We have the Assassins defeating Amy St. James and Selena Svelte in 11:39 when Ellie DeGrazia pinned Amy St. James with a German suplex. 60 is pretty good. And of course, Ellie getting her win back. And of course, Erin still continuing her relatively good momentum. Also worth mentioning, we're actually nearly at 68,000. And of course, it was only 66.5 that was predicted. So pretty good turnout. Pretty good turnout. The next match getting a 63. Got a big 8-man tag. We have the Crew and the Puerto Rican boys defeating the Northern Lights and Disciples of Darkness 5. In 9:48 when Papa Swole pinned Alton Vicious with the Pounce. Yeah, good stuff. Island Boy Apollo apparently head and shoulders above everybody else, getting a 74 for himself. And of course, Papa Swole was really off his game. Typical. We give him the win, and he's touted to be a future star, so we even ask him to go up in size, and then he's off his game in the pay-per-view. Alright, the next match. Another really good match, man. We get another 67 rated women's match here. This one only on the pre-show, so probably would have been better off on the pay-per-view, to be honest. We have Laura Flame defeating Air Raid Siren in 11:39 by pinfall, once again, with a flame fire kick. These are very impressive. It's going to be tough, you know, having her not be the champion when she is so good in the ring. But obviously, we have Amber coming in, so it's either between her, Amber, and Deborah. And at the moment, Deborah's looking like she's in third place. Alright, and finally, the last pre-show match, we have a 72 here. Where we have Cuba Christie, Matt Hocking, Willie LaRue, Mobstar, and Shooting Star Perez defeating Masked Patriot, Americana, Blue Dragon, Primetime Jack Pride, and Marco Gonzalez in 12:28 when Mobstar pinned Blue Dragon with a flattener DDT. I have to say, a 72, it's pretty good. At least with most of these guys in the match. I mean, look at this team, apart from Patriot. They're all kind of lower mid-carders at this point. And then, obviously, Mobstar would have done a lot of work lifting everybody up. Then we also have other pretty decent guys like, you know, Hocking and even Cooper Christie in there as well. So yeah, good stuff overall. And we kick off the pay-per-view, Pure Disrespect 2024. We kick it off with an 81 rated angle. Basically, we got, once again, High Flying Hawaiian confronting Robin DeLay before their match together. And he basically says he's going to teach him exactly what respect is. Fits in pretty well with the whole Pure Disrespect pay-per-view. As you can see, High Flying Hawaiian was superb, working without a script, had the palm in his hand the entire time. The match does pretty well. It actually does a lot better than the sort of in-ring performances suggest. We get a 77, where we have High Flying Hawaiian defeating Robin DeLay in 16:30 by pinfall with a Pacific Crush. So, only a 16-minute match, but it actually did really, really well, considering High Flying only had a 72, and then Robin DeLay only had a 62. So, you know what? That's pretty impressive. Alright, we then go straight into the Fatal 4-Way sort of number one contenders match for the Canadian title. Also doing pretty well. We get a 76 for this one here. And unfortunately, it wasn't one of these two guys, you know, that are lower down the card. You know, maybe, I mean, they are kind of mid-carders. Maybe Utah's lower mid-card, maybe. But we do indeed have Graham Gorman defeating Gary Walker, Jack Jackson, and Yuta Usono in 13:23. When Graham Gorman pinned Yuta Usono with a Gorman aghast. So, it's looking like Graham Gorman will take on the winner of the main event here tonight on this pay-per-view. Anyway, 76, really good. Graham, I mean, he got the best in-ring performance. Maybe that had something to do with it as for him actually winning the match. There we go, an 80. 80 in-ring for him. And a 76 overall. We then go into a 71 rated angle. I thought that I scripted both of them. Did I not? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. So that's interesting that, Taylor Norton, as you can see here, he's actually invented a new catchphrase similar to what happened with Angry Gilmore on the Go Home show. So that's going to boost up his microphone ability, which is actually pretty decent considering I do want to give these guys more angle time. All right, the tag team title match is really, really good. That's a 79 right there. And that kind of just goes to show how good our tag division actually is and how good Young and Wasted is as well. We definitely scripted this match. So once again, we get a lack of psychology on display from these two tag teams when it was scripted anyway. That's very strange. Anyway, we do have Young and Wasted defeating the LA Stars in 1954 when Brett Kyle pinned LA Star 1 with a shooting star press, and Young and Wasted make defense number 1 of the CWC Coalition Tag Team titles. All in all, I mean, pretty much all the work is over a 70 in-ring performance, so you can kind of see why it was a 79. Just well booked. But yeah, we even got the psychology penalty as well, and still pulled a 79. So without that penalty, it would have been above 80. That goes to show how good these teams actually are. Alrighty, we then go into a reminiscent 99 rated angle from Angry Gilmore. And of course, he kind of talks to the crowd, says that tonight could be the night that he wraps things up on his career. It's been a long career. He doesn't want to hang the boots up just yet. He has to beat a man that has already beaten him twice. A man that he respects, hence the pure disrespect. He respects him. He respects him as his leader as well, which should be a pretty crazy thing to think about. Gilmore knows he is there to pass the torch, so to speak. But he says, tonight, I have to do it. I have to do it. Have to keep the career alive. As you can see, he was a real star. And he's always been a star for us, man. He really has. And he also did a masterful job improvising interactions with the crowd. The match between the two gets a 79 as well, so same as the previous match. We do indeed have Angry Gilmore defeating David Stone in 9:42 by pinfall with an anger management. It's a good match. Unfortunately, Angry Gilmore seemed off his game, so that's a little bit frustrating, but you know what, overall, it's okay. It's fine. 80 would have been perfect, to be honest. We got a 63 there for Gilmore and a solid 81 for David Stone. Yeah, so he got penalised for inconsistency there as well, due to him being off his game. All good, gets his victory back, doesn't have to retire just yet. And we move on to a 94 rated angle for Forces of Darkness. So yeah, really, really good stuff for them. Again, I mean, they're consistently, all three of them unscripted and all three of them on entertainment. It's just banging out 90 plus rated angles constantly, really. It's just guaranteed almost to be 90 rated. Yeah, good stuff. We move on to their match. And it does pretty well. I had a feeling this one was going to do quite well. We get a 91 rated match here, potentially beating out the main event. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. We have Forces of Darkness defeating Wall Street Enterprises in 20 minutes 12 seconds when Mutant pinned John Greed with the Tina Turner. Now, I didn't even set that for him to be the loser, but that kind of works pretty perfectly going forward because we've got a big storyline upcoming with Wall Street Enterprises, so look forward to that. Anyway, some really good performances out there. We got Jackpot on an 84 in-ring, 94 for Aldous. It's a given, really. 87 there for Aussie, and a 76 for Mutant. So Mutant's starting to come up a little bit, which is exactly what we need. Gotta love a 91. All right, we then go into sort of our throwaway match. I don't want to call it a throwaway match, but it's no storyline deal. We get a 71. It's pretty low considering. But we do have Princeton Price defeating Spencer Edmund in 11:52 by pinfall with a Price drop. Finally using his finisher there that we gave him. So there we go. Perfect. 64 for Princeton, 59 for Spencer, and they get a 71. So it's actually a pretty decent match coming out of these two. Alrighty, we then go into a 100 rated angle. What happened to Matty Faith? For like 1 month, his promos were just in the bin. They were garbage. And then all of a sudden, bang, he's back. The 100 rated promo from Matty Faith. And as you can see, he was superb, so that might be the reason why it hit the 100. It also got the penalty there from Lee Bambino once again. But yeah, Matty kind of says that he wants to prove himself, beat the Golden Goats, and he has a bad rivalry at the moment with Mainstream Hernandez as well. That match doesn't do as well, but then again, it is the Rock City Stars in there, so we'll take the 83. 83 ratings, not too bad. But then again, it does have some pretty high-level players in it as well. Alright, so we have Mainstream Hernandez and the Golden Goats defeating Faith No More at 11:59 when Mainstream Hernandez pinned Rock and Ryan Turner with an Apparition 14. Good match. Matty Faith with a 94. That's really high. Really high. We also got a 94 in there for the GOAT, but the GOAT always, gets 94s. Matty, on the other hand, kind of more of like an 85er, or an 87er. 94 from him is pretty damn good. Pretty damn good indeed. Alrighty, we then go into the pre-main event angle. We've got a 99 here. Unfortunate not to hit the 100, considering he is, 99 popularity at the moment. We have Logan Wolfsbane, our current unified world champion, and he says to Giant Brody that if he wins the Canadian title tonight, he is not going... Well, he will become the champion. However, he is going to essentially relinquish the belt because he feels that he should not be someone that, destroys a whole division. He wants the Canadian title to be represented by a true prospect that is looking to come up and verse him one day and, challenge for the unified world title in a much different fashion than Giant Brody has here, calling him out straight away just after he wins the title. He wants somebody to pick up, maybe 5, maybe 10, maybe 15 defenses of that Canadian title before they are ready to make that leap up. And Brody, he essentially got one. He got one title defense, and that was a rematch against the former champion. So, Logan's he's not impressed, and he says that if he wins, he will indeed relinquish, and that title will become vacant. The match itself actually does that is way better than I thought it would do. I thought it was maybe going to get like an 85, but a 93 for the main event of pure disrespect here. I can breathe easy because that's a good rating, and that's going to make us, or at least push us, above a 90 rated show as well. So I'm very happy with that. Anyway, we have Logan Wolfsbane defeating Giant Brody in 1936 by pinfall with a belly-to-belly suplex. Logan Wolfsbane making defense number 4 of the CWC Unified World title, and Logan Wolfsbane winning the CWC Canadian title as well. But like I said, he will vacate it, he will relinquish it, and give it back basically to where it needs to be, in the division, the mid-card belt, and in that sort of It's the elevator title, if you will. It's to elevate those mid-carders, and that's exactly what he wants. He wants to see a truly dominant champion that will make that step up and be eventually challenge for either his unified world title or just the unified world title in general. Really good stuff. I'm happy with the 93, man. That's real good. Especially considering what happened last pay-per-view. The fact that it's Brody. He's only got 72 popularity going into this match, so obviously we know who carried. We had Logan here with a 97 in-ring, and Brody with a 72 as well. And of course, it was scripted as well. That should be mentioned. We got a 93 scripted with 0 penalties. I have a feeling if I had scripted the Logan versus Aldis match, if that was scripted, it would have been a 100. I called it. Got a penalty. Actually, maybe it wouldn't have actually, because I don't think we didn't get the psychology penalty, did we? Maybe I mean, even saying Mobstar versus Logan, we still might have got the penalty for Lee Bambino, but it didn't come up for that 98. So I'm assuming the Logan versus Aldis match must have been above a 98, and it got dragged down by Lee Bambino. So if Lee's not there, in theory, that match would get a 100, or at least a 99. Maybe not a 100, maybe a 99, but yeah, bloody Lee Bambino. Anyway, let's finish the show. Really happy with this show. And we get a 93. As you can see, that put a big smile on my face. So a 93 is exactly, I would say that's what we deserve for that show. It was pretty good. There were a couple of, decent matches out there. Obviously, this one here, the 91. Got some other decent matches in there. Some 79s, 77 from High Flying. And then, of course, the main event down there as well. And then, of course, the 90-plus rated angles really help out the overall show rating as well. Yeah, increases in 56 regions. So that is every region in the game. And that is for a pay-per-view. Because, of course, now we've upgraded our own broadcaster. But we're also on pay-per-view in Mexico, Canada, and the US. So we're gonna rake in a decent amount of money from pay-per-view revenue. Anyway, Princeton, Kavanaugh, they both need to be praised. And I can't really remember who else. So in that case, I'm just going to go for Logan. Why not? I mean, he got a 97 in ring. We may as well praise him. And hopefully we've made a decent amount of money, even with my big mess up for the 1.5 mil. So frustrating. That whole debacle is just frustrating. And the fact that I've put us onto all these different internet subscription services, yeah, could be interesting as well. Anyway, Jumbo Jackson, his contract is running out. Obviously very old, 49 years old. Yeah, we don't really need him. Anyway. Alright, viewing figures. We get a 3.63 on our broadcaster. And we have a pay-per-view buy rate of 0.72 with 364,000. We also have a Blackfriar opinion, Aldis Blackfriar. And he thinks that Primetime Jack Pride is going to be a star in his opinion. He is worth pushing hard. I mean, yeah. I mean, he will be a star one day, but that psychology... Oh, I feel so bad for him, man. I should put him down. I should put him down in OWC. But speaking of OWC, let's quickly check them out and see if we can have a look at their recent shows. That's their best shows. I kind of want to look at their actual history. Can we do that? Look at champions first, anyway. The OWC Girl Power title is the women's title, which is it's never been won before by anybody, so that's interesting. The heavyweight champion is currently Zach Powerson. Very cool. And he is... Oh, interesting. It's the primary level championship for singles wrestlers of any gender. So the women could actually win this title as well. Very interesting. Also, he's got 2 successful title defenses as well. Okay. Tag team, we don't have a tag team division. Not really. And then we have Captain Canada over here, who is also a current champion. He was actually our first ever champion for the brand. As you can see, 89 days to the 84 days for Zach. And yeah, he's got 3 defenses to Zach's 2. So looking forward to, I guess, potentially seeing who wins the girl power and the tag team. At least in the future, anyway. We do actually have a few tag teams in there. I wish some of... Yeah, wait, hold on. Did I make that tag team? I don't think I made that tag team. Interesting. And their events also, I don't think I fixed that. I'm still not sure exactly how to fix that, to be honest. Alright. Let's, how can I actually look at their... I guess would it be in here? Yeah, OWC. I feel like I'm missing it. To a company, no. Right next to where I was looking as well. That's frustrating. So they did actually have a pay-per-view. Which is very interesting. But this is how things went. I kind of went over these ones. They then had Burn It Up, where Zach defeated Bowden Snoop, Robin Newman, so Job Squad before they got called up, and Jay Silver for the heavyweight title. Just some regular matches. That's a pretty good match in the main event. Bowden and Zach defeating Hank, Whitman, and Jay Silver. Again, some more of those matches. Got a tables match there. Nothing too serious. Ian Militich and Zach defeating Captain Canada and Hank Whitman. Where are all these title defenses? Here we go. So we had Zach defeating Nuki Brown to retain the heavyweight title. Also, Captain Canada defeating Jay Silver to retain the TV title. We then had Captain Canada defeating Nuki Brown and PN Militich to retain the TV title. And then we had Zach Powelson defeating Jay Silver, PN Militich, and Hank Whitman to retain the heavyweight title there as well. Good stuff. I mean, there's some pretty decently rated shows. I mean, they're all around the 49, 50 mark. Or at least most of them are, so... Yeah, I mean, they're doing well. I mean, a couple of 100,000 people are watching, so... We'll take it. And they're actually making a decent amount of money, I guess, because I'm assuming that we get that money. Pretty sure that's how these sort of developmental companies work. Anyway, let's advance one day, see what's going on, and see how much money we potentially made or lost. And we'll also check out a little bit of popularity, mainly just the main players. Oh, we actually got Avon Blake Jr. I guess we'll take him. It's 32,000, but we'll take him. 33,000. I guess we've got a new member to the crew. We also have Deborah Young back as well, which is good. Because maybe this month we'll implement the women's title, potentially. Because obviously Amber Allen will come. Let's check and see if she lost the title first. Actually, hold on. Alright, so we still made a profit. So I'm happy about that. We made 239,000. Not a lot, but we would have made a lot more. Yeah, so As you can see, all the money went into tax and miscellaneous costs. Otherwise, those would have been much, much higher. And of course, we also... I think we spent about 5 million, or nearly 6 million, really, on the update or the upgrading of the other regions for the broadcaster as well. And luckily, Princeton's morale issues have now disappeared. Well, the big morale issues, anyway, have disappeared. Okay, so with that said, let's quickly check the roster. Amber is still the CWA Women's Champion. And it looks like she might have even won a match. Yes. She's won a match. She teamed up with Brooke Tyler, so the best female in the world. And they defeated Nadia Snow and Claire Winters. Nadia Snow and Claire Winters are the perfect tag team. I don't know what you call them. Maybe you call them Blizzard or something like that, but that'd be a really cool tag team. I might be on the lookout for them too. In the near future, anyway. Alright, so the rest of the roster, let's check Aldous. 98 popularity. Was he already there? No, he was at 97, so he gained another point, which is just insane. Let's go down to Davis. Still 87. Brody, this will be an interesting one. Up to 74 from... Oh, only 73. Okay, never mind. He only gained 1 point. You know what? It's fine. He's kind of the main event level now. I mean, we give him a decent little feud, and he'll be a main eventer. So there we go. Lifeline, only a 62. He's only up 2 points, which is... It's not great, is it? It's really not. Logan. Yes, there we go. We finally did it. The first worker on the roster. Our first talented worker as well. To reach 100 popularity in Ontario. We finally did it. Just imagine Logan versus Aldous. 100 pop versus 98 pop. How can that not get a 100? Alright, well, who else have we got? Hernandez, only 61, man. I really wanted him to gain some. That's why I kind of gave him, well, gave his team the victory. Maddie, 90 popularity for Maddie Faith. He's only up from 89, and he actually lost, so that's pretty good. Mobstars, I think he still might... Was he stuck at 92? Yeah, I think he might be stuck, like he caps out at 92. But that's fine. It's still 92. Mutant is at 63. Up 4 points. It's not too bad. Aussie, yeah, he did take a pretty big bump there. Down from, I think he was at 87 earlier in the month. So, well, he's down 3 points from last month, I guess. Kind of the best way of looking at that. What else have we got? Or who else have we got? That might be it, actually. Yeah, I think that's it. Let's leave it there. I feel like it's been a pretty good episode. It's not too long. It's getting pretty long now, though. Thank you very much for watching, guys. If you haven't, make sure you drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and of course, make sure you turn the notifications on. Apart from that, as always, take it easy, and goodbye.